Good evening, sisters and brothers. My name is Evergreen Chou. I'm from the Green Party candidate for the House of Representatives of the 5th Congressional District. I joined the Green Party because we needed a party with a new vision and plan. Every Green Party member is pledged to the 4 pillars of ecological wisdom, social economic justice, grassroots democracy, nonviolence, and the 10 key values. Today we see a war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan, and the drumbeats of war in Iran. There are over 4,000 U.S. soldiers dead and almost 100,000 documented Iraqi deaths. Millions of dollars per day are being spent on this war, while Americans are losing their home, their jobs, their health, and their sanity. This was Bush's plan. But why such silence and complicity from the opposition party? Why did the Democrats take impeachment off the table and keep funding this war? Why didn't they take an immediate and united stand against the indefinite detention, extraordinary rendition, and torture? No sane person would argue that Iraq has a better quality of life since the invasion of the United States by the coalition of the bribe, bully, and blind. We must return Iraq and its resources to the Iraqi people. They are not children that need Uncle Sam to run their country for them. They are a sovereign nation with a history of over 7,000 years. If you have a boil on your skin, you use a lance and clean the wound for it to heal. The Greens want to stop the war, bring the troop home now so that Iraq can begin to heal. Our troop also need the healing. These men and women bravely met the call to save our country from attack by Afghanistan and Iraq, but the call came from the boy who cried wolf, who knew there were no weapons of mass destruction and knew Saddam was not connected to 911. The troops were told that they would be greeted with flowers and song, that they would find weapons of mass destruction, that they were there to catch Saddam Hussein. 3 months after the invasion, Bush landed on an aircraft carrier and told them the war was over and mission accomplished. But 5 years later today, the troops are still killing and being killed, bombing and being bombed. When their contract with the military is up, they're being sent back again and again and again. The official number of Americans wounded is about 3,409, but estimates are as high as 100,000. These are our children, our parents, our sisters, our brothers, our neighbors, our co-workers, our friends, and we must bring them home right now. Not to flags and ticker tape parade to celebrate war as a solution, but to home, health care, education, jobs, and all the benefits and support services that they and the rest of the country need and deserve. Elections in the United States have become the best that money can buy. If you're not a millionaire, don't bother to apply for the job. But we have an exception here with our presidential candidate, Cynthia McKinney. I'm proud to be running on the same ticket and slate with her. Cynthia cares about the rising prices of oil and food. Yes, we have a crisis of oil and food, but somehow it seems that for the oil giants and the Wall Street speculators, they are making record profits from these basic necessities of life. Why? Well, whenever you have somebody making an obscene amount of greed, we understand why. Now, more than ever, we need to vote green. In the criminal predatory lending crisis, both parties have agreed to bail out Bears and Stearns. Both parties are talking right now about what to do with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But what about the victim of predatory lending? The people and the families that will lose their house, go into debt, possibly become homeless. What about the housing crisis in the middle class and the working class? It is like a nationwide Katrina. In the last census, we lost 30,000 black New Yorkers in New York City who could not find affordable housing and good jobs. Yet we have luxury condos springing up on every corner, eminent domain and tax break to build stadiums and develop our waterfront and green spaces for the private use of the rich and privileged. The rich now cry, we should go green. It's on every single corporate logo. What they envision is a world of gated community with solar panels on the sides, rooftop gardens, rainwater being collected for their garden. The Republicans and Democrats have cut Section 8 housing subsidies, slashed funding to AIDS housing. Mitchell Lama here in New York City and state's under attack. The most successful middle-class housing community, Star West City, is up for sale to the highest bidder. In my own community of Flushing, I've seen 10 people more living in a one-room studio apartment in order to pay rents that have gone wild and over the sky roof. All over the state, people are doubling up in spaces that are too small, taking in friends and relatives, other people who might otherwise become homeless. I would like to quote a phrase from another third party in New York City. The rent is too damn high. Sisters and brothers, it doesn't have to be like this. The Green Party has a vision of New York that includes housing for all New Yorkers, working class, middle class, even a few penthouses for the rich. There's a place in New York for the rich, but it's a place commensurate with their numbers, and they must share the city with the rest of us. We must stand up. We must fight back. The choice is to go green. Power to the people. A people united will never be defeated. Forward ever, backward never. Peace, sisters, brothers.